Ultra Prime on the right-hand side, though, actually going to go with the Jax. So I was expecting that they might go with Rectin just to kind of provide this nice front-to-back style, but ZS wants to try and take it against Shell. Right? Like, when you look towards Nautilus, if he tries to go for the hook, it's very easy for Hong to go and engage.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if they're gonna make something work. Clit is there. Elk is just trying to kite this one out. You can see the damage coming out from LWX in front of the minions. Not the greatest in the world. Elk is just trying to make this one work. But Gory, he's already roamed out. He's already got himself into this bot side. This could be terrible for Ultra Prime. They flash away with a taunt. Two-man underneath the tower. Gory is rewarded with 2 kills for his proactive play.
Really well.
Yeah, really keeping himself safe. As you can see now, Elk getting jumped on, does not have flash, and has nowhere to go. LWX will take that one.
To go up there and instantly put that money in towards Shella, who I feel like at this stage, Gory's in a good spot. LWX and Hung have full control of top lane. For Clid, using
Prime do trade themselves a dragon, so they got that going for them, but a 2-man knock up as Hong just trying to make this one work for him again. Shousey has to flash away, and you can see LWX moving forward. They've got Hacker and Cryin, though, trying to turn this one around a little bit. They're going to have a 4v2 in this bot side. LWX uses the heal. He has no flash to get away. They're trying to keep themselves alive, but FPX went a little bit too close to the sun, and they will be burned. 2 kills for Ultra Prime. Good response for them from the mid laner and jungler.
Yeah, FPX though have moved in towards the mid, as you said, making sure that they can get this tower. And now Cryin does manage to get some action on the map, but might actually lose out on his mid lane turret as a result.
There's always an answer. There is always a reaction to when you make a play like that, and FPX not to be undone. You can now see maybe Hong and Shousey going for a little bit of engage. There's a level difference right now, and already you can see using the Galio to full effect. They know he has nowhere to go, and he does not have Aftershock. He is a squishy boy. Yeah, but 4v2 in this mid lane could be an opportunity here. They don't have great vision at all. In fact, they have no vision whatsoever. And now Gory going to have to use that taunt to try and keep himself alive. Gets hooked up, gets knocked up, but goes straight into stasis. Now, they've got the Jax who gets punted out straight away. It's a 5v3. They will be able to take out the Alistar in the end, so it ends up being a 2-for-none trade, but you lost that bot lane turret, and all the plates and gold go over to LWX.
With 2 people dead, maybe Ultra Prime can make this dive happen on the top side. Shella, who, you're in trouble.
You're in a lot of trouble. He gets flashed on, gets counter-strike down. They should be able to keep him in place with the Ruin Prison. Uses the Hextech ultimatum to buy some time. But there is the... Ooh, okay. FPX know this. They're going to walk around. This is the death ball composition that we talked about. They are very happy to walk around as a 5-man unit.
I have to say, though, like, it feels like when you get towards team fights... Hang on. Where's FPX? They just gonna lose tower. What? Ready mid for top. At least this is the last outer tower now for FPX, whereas when you look across at Ultra Prime, because they've only got the mid tower down, it's not going to be as easy.
Those outer towers contributing to that. A lot of the early plates as well, as we can see now. It's going to be the bot side is where they decide to focus, and this might be a little bit of an overextension here from Clay. He gets caught underneath the tower and has to flash away. That was unfortunate! He's dead!
He's gonna get the top lane turret. Yes, Gory will show up. Actually, TP invested. Maybe ZS won't get out.
I mean, he probably won't get out, but he should get this turret. Yep, he picks that one up. He's going to try and maybe trade back a little bit of the health bar, but he is dead to rights. But at the end of it, underneath 1,000, so you're still feeling like Ultra Prime have an opportunity in this game, and this is exactly what you mentioned for...
Right, it's like FPX not looking as coordinated as they should. ZS, though, hovering here onto Showdown.
I mean, Hacker is here, but it's a 3v2. They're going to fully commit here now with the ultimates of the Galio and the Camille. Get the 2-man knock up and try and take him down. There it is, completely taken away from the side of Ultra Prime. But now they're going to try and maybe turn this one back around, but with the Zhonya's being able to buy time, FPX Clint gets himself out with the Heartbreaker and keeps himself up and available. Hong kind of joining in now, just a little bit too late, I should say, as LWX flashes away, did not get himself.
Damage. Rise having 3 items completed, the Blade of the Rune King for ZS as well. But as long as Ultra Prime are staying wide, right, not giving Zeri the damage, but that's what you gotta watch out for as you group up like this. Zeri's damage can ruin you with that Titanic Hydra completely.
Oh, they go in. Hacker not able to move though and has to go golden straight away. But look at this fight. The counter strike over the top side. It's the Camille for Zin's out trade. Look at Cryin. He's just turning out this damage. He's jumping straight onto LWX. Can he get the damage down? No, LWX get himself over the wall. The perfect place for him to be. They do not take the Realm Orb as the Jinx does die, and they will turn back for the 3v2 they feel they can take. Gory gets out with absolutely nothing and is just recalling in front of everybody, crying eventually. The Camille is trying to reset and come straight back into this. This Baron is going down very, very quickly. quickly. They have to make a call. They're going to put the TP in. They're going to see if Hung can get into it. No, there's going to be the Baron secured by Ultra Prime, and now the fight can really ensue. FPX trying to make this one work as they do take down the jungler. Hextech ultimatum to lock down everybody down, and Xiaolao who trades his life to keep this fight going. Look at the Zeri just putting out the damage. Lilk has to be the one to make this one work for his team as Clid gets himself the reset onto the Nautilus, but it's not enough. LWX
Fight after as well. It was so well orchestrated.
Both AD carries just chunking out damage. But you can
and this is where we're looking at what was used in the last fight. No flash for Elk. Stopwatch burned as well. There's no more safety for him, but they find the pick.
They find Hong, and he's just getting burnt down. You don't have any more consistent engage, but it does not matter. FPX going to try and make it work anyway. It's going to be a 5-man knockup with the grand entrance, and there's just nothing you can do. FPX lost their support, but they did not care. ZS trying to turn this one around with Crying, but it is just not enough. It's a 5-for-1 trade. FPX saw an opportunity, and they took it.
And that was the exact fight that I was just about to highlight. You don't have that safety for Elk anymore. The combo of Xiaolao and Glory tear apart Elk. Crying gets caught in the mix as well because everyone from Ultra Prime dives onto Elk to try and help save him, but that only sets up FPX for the win. And with that, they'll take game number 1.
On the blink of an eye, FPX going from on the back foot to running it straight into the finish line. They will take game 1 over Ultra Prime, and very much feeling like Ultra Prime needed to just kind of calm it down a little bit. They'll be a bit sore after that loss.
It's so well to provide access for this Jinx, because when you look at FPX, right, like, where's the engage? How the hell did they try and start a fight? They're very much orientated into these side lanes, but if you can, like, actually have Heck with Chelsea, it's just like, this guy just looks at Summoner Spell's basic abilities. Oh no!
He has no Summoner Spells left, and he's going to be donated over to the Elk Fund for AD carries. Very, very, very over-aggressive there. And FPX, we talked about them getting an early lead. This is not what they needed in bot side.
Not even close. And see Chelsea, nice hook there to set that up, and Clid now moving in towards this bottom side. Trying to see if he can just help the LWX push this in, because otherwise Elk and Chelsea can once more look for a play on towards LWX, but he's going to struggle here, especially if Chelsea sticks around.
Oh, Chelsea is going to miss the hook. Gets Gravity Field down. It's going to Gravitum's down. He just get the flay back. Will he have one more auto attack? Yes, he will, but LWX now no flash. Walks straight onto the trap. Another donation to the foundation of Elk and ADCs.
That hook going wide. I actually think there could have been a decent bit of damage on towards that. Oh, okay. Things that doesn't really matter if Elk and Crying are just massive.
Well, Dragon now secured. That's Prime. We go straight back up towards this top side as this Rift Herald has been started now by FPX. They're going to take it away, but look at Hacker. He's running straight in. They're going to knock back the Rise, and Gory has nowhere to go. He will be the first to fall. They get over the wall there with the onslaught of shadows, and they're going to try and make this one work. Hacker, though, no one to really support him until now. FPX running for the hills after taking that Rift Herald. It's still technically worth for them as they only lose 1.
Ultra Prime not able to follow over the wall, and FPX starts to turn around, as he's saying.
And nothing more, so still just trading a kill for the gold worth of a kill, as we can see now the rest of Ultra Prime, and they don't know which one they wanted to take. Hacker might have to use his ultimate to get himself over the wall, but they go forward. The Gravitum, they lock down the AD carry and support of Ultra Prime, and now the LeBlanc trying to come in on the backside of this. Wild Growth has to be used, but the Jinx is dead. They're getting the resets as well. Crying wants so desperately to move forward onto this, but he just can't. He knows he'll be dead to rights. Clid pushing forward.
Yeah, I mean, Xiaolau's like, he's just so damn good. Crying, though, looking for the setup.
Looking for something. Crying, though, needs to be very careful. They will get the golden goats out of, or golden ghost, the golden goose out of Gory as he finally goes down. The rest of Ultra
are answering, right? The gold lead is even. But remember what we said earlier, right? If you let this game go late, FPX
now find themselves into the mid lane. The turret is a sneeze away from going down. Should be pretty easy for them to be able to take it. As I say that, they are just pushing in. Yeah, there we go. They have got themselves. Note there that Elk just got his flash up, as did Gory. So all summoners available for pretty much everybody. Shelly in the back side just batting away the minions as the Dragon has been started. FPX really want to try and stop this counter to kind of go in. There's going to be a lot of damage. LWX is dead, as is Xiaolao Hu, and here comes the cavalry. They jump in with the onslaught of shadows as the Gwen moves forward, and Ultra Prime take absolutely everything. Clid left all by himself. Will get a trade back. Will maybe be able to get himself an effigy. No, he cannot, because there's a death sentence from Xiao C, and now it's going to be a Dragon Soul point for Ultra Prime.
And that was just so well played by Ultra Prime. He said, look, the team fight for Ultra Prime is great. You just don't have the lockup to really contest Ultra Prime. Brian in a phenomenal flank spot, able to set up alongside ZS. I mean, you've got so many. The whole composition as a whole does seem kind of bizarre to me. And even, LWX. Okay. But even Hung, like, we kind of look at like, hey, this engage tool, right? Like, loves flashing in aggressively, setting up these fights. Not what Lulu does.
ZS, they're going to find himself in a 2v1. I wouldn't count out the Gwen just yet. Is he going to try and jump into KazaLoLL? He's taking a lot of damage. The flash away. ZS should go down here. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes back. He tries to get the slip snip out, but not able to make it work. But while that's been happening, you're losing so much in the mid lane. That lane is now completely...
Like, you've got one CC tool, and you've still got flashes and everything that are on most members of Ultra Prime, or at least some way of escaping from that.
Standing go, KazaLoLL recognizing I don't need to be anywhere else, and he's doing the best he possibly can, living his best life. And honestly, this could be a big moment. He went back and picked himself up a bit more damage, but just not really where you want to be. Crying the flash forward from Shousy as he lands the hook. They go in with the onslaught of shadows. They try to get the Moonlight Vigil off, and that's a big shutdown now onto the Hecarim. Way too far aggressive, as we can see now. ZS trying to make something work for him. He's finally in with the tele.
Moving over though, FPX here trying to get the dragon. He should get it before it goes down.
It's very low. He does get the secure and flashes away. Now ZS is a little bit too far forward. Elk is on the side here. They are going to be able to get the realm more.
Trying to keep away. Not the box that I want to see from Shousy, but trying to keep FPX out. You know that Prime's not going to do a lot to Baron, so he's trying to do the damage to FPX.
Oh, they go over the wall. They're trying to go for it. Moonlight Vigil has been used as KazaLoLL keeps himself alive. The onslaught of shadow. The Hecarim is dead, and this Baron is so low they can't get over the wall. Though Clay does not have his ultimate just yet.
Stop
They're trying to
this.
finish this one up. Crying, what are you doing? Where are they going? He gets the steal. FPX have been gifted a miracle, and they're turning it all the way around. Ultra Prime.
Why are you trying to finish the Baron in that scenario? Just let it go.
Panic. They didn't know what to do. They could have just, like you mentioned, backed away, taken the L, and walked away. But now we're seeing tier 2s being taken out. Now we're seeing a split push come out from the two spawned up towards that top side. So favoring Ultra Prime. It resets back into the pit. So you can see now both teams just hovering around, seeing what they want to go for, seeing what they can do. Here we go. They're going to go for the full fight as the Gwen goes in. They try to get the onslaught of shadows onto LWX, and he is dead. The Gwen has finally done the job as he jumps back onto the backside. The Thresh has fallen, and now the rest of the team can really make this one work. It is finally the soul for Ultra Prime, and they are still pushing out on top of this. Gory is still pretty big. They have to respect him. At the end of it all, it is still 2 kills to 1 in favor of Ultra Prime, and they got the soul.
Just about, I will say, getting the soul. It was actually not the smite, but Elk managed to secure that. KazaLoLL now keeping Ultra Prime at bay as Elk wrapping around with the TP.
They're going to go for it. There's the realm warp coming in, but they're going to find himself between 4 people. KazaLoLL gets himself over the wall as Gory's kind of saying, look, I got to make something work for us here, but he's just not going to find anything.
Start off with quick pick, unless you're looking at maybe Clid getting something off, but that means that you've got to face plant yourself into Shouse.
I'm not quite sure what just happened there. My brain cannot compute, and now the Baron can be started. You're without your Thresh. As now we see what the side of Ultra Prime can do. They can still go in with the onslaught of shadows. We are going to see ZS going in. The needlework will do work as they go in. It's going to be secured by FPX, and now the fight can really start off. We reset down as the Gwen is almost taking people down. Double kill for Crying though, and the Jinx is still pushing out damage. These carries are just too damn big. It's going to be all on Clid. He gets 1 reset. He gets maybe another one. It's a quadra kill though for Crying as he looks to maybe make this a penta. It's 1 against 3. Can he make it work? He knows there's no more to do as Crying looks for something. Clid runs away. He will not get the penta he needed to get right there, Clid, but will finally get his reset off, and they will break open the base on the side of Ultra Prime, so FPX will
actually make these plays happen, and you have the reset on the ult, but Shouse, what? Hung's gone.
Yeah, Crying will not lose this game. He gets his 5th kill out of the last 4 for Ultra Prime, a very delayed pentakill, if you will. And now Elder Drake is up. Elder Drake is being taken. FPX, they gotta flip it. They gotta go for it. They can't just wait.
But if you lose one more, you're just gone. Clid now caught out. Dragon's still too healthy.
They're still too healthy. They're going to use the Heartbreaker to get him away. They're going to try and make this one work. ZS goes in with the needlework, not quite able to finish him off, but it is enough to dissuade the rest of FPX. Ultra Prime claim themselves the Elder Drake.
Off in 10 seconds, and look at the gold difference. Minus 2,500 gold off the Baron power play.
Oh, Clid's looking for
Ultra Prime. they're in a good spot, right? Like, you've already got the last item coming through here for Elk. Brian is monstrous at the moment as well. And
hiding in that brush there. If that hook lands, that is a dead Clid. I don't care who you are, what you do. He's actually a GA for Xiaolao, who goes for pure survivability, getting those resets in and trying to get himself back in. Clid finds himself. LWX in a lot of trouble. He gets himself away, though. One stop down the Moonlight Vigil and goes straight into GA. The Viego, the Lulu are dead. Ultra Prime have found their target, and there's nowhere else for you to go. Double kill there for the Gwen. Maybe even a triple. Not going to be today. It's going to be a double-double as they finally finish off Gory. And there's going to be a double-triple for Elk as we come back into this game. Full ace. Ultra Prime bringing us to game 3.
And it was just LWX taking that step too far forward, and Ultra Prime pounce. No engage for FPX, coming back to bite them there as Ultra Prime, with the wave slowly conga lining its way in, will take the win.
And as we said, this matchup on paper, probably not as close as people thought, but if you look at the matchup, if you look at where they are in the standing, this is exactly what we expected. Two teams fighting it out. Go for it. So plenty of options available to them. They land on the Jarvan. Good engage available to them. Good way of following up with the Wukong and Nautilus. And honestly, just a good front-to-back team fight available now for Ultra Prime.
Yeah, I like just having more
ahead for the jungler of Ultra Prime. But with the presence they have now on the spot side, Clid trying to make that one work for them. They're going to go in on top of the Elk as they get down the Glacial Augments. They're going to see the heal coming in. The flash away by Clid as he tries to jump straight in onto this Jinx. It's going to be all too easy for Clid. He took a little bit of his time, but he gets himself the first blood. Can they make anything else happen from it? Gory might be in a little bit of trouble, so needs to be very careful. Flash in with the flag and drag. They're going to get him down with the Rune Prison. It's a nice little setup. Hacker responds in kind. The early objective.
Yeah, only the level 1 smite, though. They haven't got that upgraded, so you need to get this low before you can do it. A Hacker.
Oh, Hacker, he didn't want to use the smite. He actually didn't even have smite. I just looked at it there. The cooldown wasn't there, and that's why you need to make sure you have that cooldown before you go for these fights. Speaking of these fights, we're going to see now Hong going in, has the shockwave, going to land it down on the Shousty, and LWX picks up a kill. Ultra Prime, what are you doing? Now for Hacker, should he want to go for something here. Hong is just hovering off to the side. AD carries a little bit late to the party, and Hong caught out. He is going to have to use his pulverize to try and keep himself alive, but he doesn't have his ultimate available to him. They're not able to kill him off. There's a shockwave on the 3. They even get the Crescent Guard down as the Cataclysm comes off, but LWX is here, and you can see Elk just too slow to the party. It's a double kill for the Zeri in a fight. Zhao, just so much available to you on the side of FPX to make this one work. As I say that, though, Cataclysm down. We are going to see the two skies of Xiaolao, who gets him outside of the Demacian Battle Dome, and now will work himself back up towards this turret, maybe making it work for himself. Who are they going to give this kill over? It is going to be ZS, so the Monkey...
Great late game scaling, great team fights once Elk comes online, but FPX have kind of taken that pace away.
Now sees big old cow man, but doesn't even have to use the Rift Herald. That means they can use that in mid, they can use it in top, get more gold.
LWX is in range here. They're going to be able to get that one for themselves. And now Zeri's so large, my god.
Gold, man. That's a that's 2,200 gold lead in the 80 Eri carries alone. We haven't even looked at top side.
It's against everyone on Ultra Prime. Nobody on Ultra Prime is even close to where LWX is. And now they're going to fight him.
They're going to try and go for him, but Hacker, you're all by yourself. He flashes over the wall after dropping down the Cataclysm. They will get Shelly to get another little knockback as we get the Super Mega Death Rock coming in on top of the Cyclone. But Cryan, in the caught between no man's land, just needs to flash himself away. And yes, you're getting time on bot side for Elk, but you're not gaining anything either. In fact, you might even lose a tier 2. I don't think you can defend this.
You're going to lose the mid lane anyway. Shella, who already making work there, as well as FPX can just move up to try and help him out. So Elk, yes, you take bot turret, but kills going over towards LWX again. That's 7,000 gold already picked up for LWX. Shella, who getting this mid lane turret, and LWX, he's not done. He's looking for ZS.
I mean, honestly, ZS needs to be so
Prime. Their easy to access wing cons aren't there anymore.
ZS, though, gets himself TP'd on the flank here. He may have found himself an opportunity. They're going to be able to jump onto Gory, who's a bit by himself, and they're going to jump straight onto LWX, who gets stunned up and taken down. Massive shutdown there up to the Jarvan, who goes golden. Hacker trying to keep himself alive. The Cyclone is good enough to just delay the inevitable, but you can see these health bars are so low. FPX are just too damn big. Cryan is still trying to make this one work, but he just cannot survive. It was a valiant attempt from Ultra Prime, but they're just too far behind.
Even guessing LWX at the start of that fight, it didn't matter. Xiaolao Hu is too big. Gory is too large. And Clid is tearing through people on this Xin Zhao. Ultra Prime try to go for the fight, but they end up giving more gold towards FPX. Another dragon to FPX. And now with Mountain Soul potentially on the cards in 5 minutes time, Ultra Prime have got to try and find a...
2 was very, very scrappy, but game 3 seems to be just right as they finally get down this tier 2 on the top side. Crying a little bit of trouble, is going to be pulverized, knocked up. Maybe they fully commit onto him as Klid is here. The shockwave going to be forcing Cryan's flash out of him before he takes about half his health bar out from the turret right now if the poke lands to the side of FPX.
And they're just not in position either. FPX have full control of the jungle, so they can't spot out where they're going. Now, you could assume they're going to go for this, but...
Here we go.
Where's that go?
They're going to go straight behind them as ZS finds himself a little bit of an improvised flank, but they've got a 2-man Hong knocking up people on the backside, and you can see that was it. That was what they wanted to try and do. The shockwave comes out to try and get something back, but there's nothing else for Ultra.
WX is just totally fine to power through here. Shellahu completely untouched, like getting on towards Hong and Klid.
Inhibitor turret. Good damage here from Xiaolahu to try and just pepper these people down as they just take away the Grump. And Dragon has been started and will be soloed, to be perfectly honest, by LWX. But he has to stop that one now because Xiaolahu has to go golden as he gets jumped on straight away. They will use the Cyclone, that's the chase down. They get the Cataclysm to try and delay the rest of the team, but Jarvan is dead. And look at the Zeri, look at the damage they're able to put down. Even with ZS jumping straight in, there's just nothing he can do. And LWX flashes forward, recognizes that he's stronger than everybody else, gets himself a double kill, and it's not done yet. Triple kill for LWX, and that's going to be enough to basically end the game. FPX going to run it down in mid lane, finally get the ace, and finally take this series 2-1.
And Elk just couldn't get access to that fight. He was completely zoned off by LWX, who could have hopped over the wall at him at any point in time. FPX find the fight, find the win. Now, with the push coming through, it feels like they're going to be able to take the game as well. Just waiting on these Baron Dub creeps to come in, but 10 seconds down, Crying, 13 on Elk. Could just be 2 inhibitors instead, and a Dragon Soul as Klid will solo that one out.
It's going to take it nice and easy. 50,000 gold lead, just in case you were wondering, as we have a look at the replay here. And like you said, Elk just not able to make any purchase. This is great from Shousey, but just after that point, look at Elk. These waves in top lane. They don't even have to take it. They can take their time with it as well. Sync them up with the mid and bot, and eventually they'll just overwhelm the side of Ultra Prime.
I mean, getting top inhibitor without a fight is just... It says a lot where Ultra Prime are basically just waiting for a minion line to come in at some stage. ZS is behind, but I mean, FPX are where he's here. He's spotted on the minion.
Spotted on the minion line, but they're going to jump in, and Shousey gets taken out. Cataclysm goes down, but he's deleted anyway. They're going to go in with the ultimate Cyclone, trying to do as much work as they possibly can. Crying and Elk trying to run away, but there's no running from fate. Destiny finds you regardless of what you do, and they're going to be able to try and just end this game. Crying left on the fountain, Crying, as he is just not going to be able to do anything else. Klid will not even fall. He has got himself the Crescent Guard, and then the execution onto Hong. Game number 3 goes over to FPX, 2-1. They get themselves up to a 4-3 scoreline.
And I wonder